do you do, fellow kids? Just to clarify, I am wearing a top in case you missed it. Good evening. In this video, we're going to be doing a Make a Monster with MadeULook, which is me, but we're going to be doing it a little bit differently than my original format that I've been doing, which is live streaming, and I actually posted on Instagram that I was going to be doing this video, and I got a ton of suggestions on what I should do to create this monster, character, whatever. And it had already been suggested to me that we do a prom theme since, you know, it's prom season. And I'm like, alright, I dig this. And as the comments were flowing in, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go through the comment suggestions that were left on how to create this character and put it together. So it's still put together by you guys, but just not on a live stream. All the products I use to be listed somewhere around the video. Also, please do not forget to subscribe. Oh, I bit my tongue. Oh. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. First off, I already know that I want to do a beauty makeup, and I already know that I want to do it like, you know, tears, prom. If you didn't cry on prom, did you really go to prom? I cried on prom. Just kidding. Not just kidding about the tears, but I actually didn't include the tears in this makeup look like I originally thought that I was going to. Now, I had quite a bit of concealing to do because I wanted my face to be very pale and dead-like. I'm also lightly filling in my brows, priming my eyes, and I'm applying my new palette from Urban Decay, which is a very orangey kind of rusty sort of tones around my eyes. I'm trying to decide if I want to do big winged liner or not, because I'm kind of thinking I want to actually just do some brown mascara to keep it very subtly, hauntingly pretty. A little bit of Alexys, and I'm applying Urban Decay lipstick in Abstract. Another main suggestion that I'm going to be basing this off of was the suggestion of dead flowers to incorporate in this look. I thought that was a very beautiful yet dark way to go. So basing my idea off of one of those suggestions, I'm going to be wrapping around these vines around my neck as if it's like... Using olive green body paint, I'm beginning to draw the vines wrapped around my neck. To make them stand out more, I'm then mixing together green and black to create somewhat of a shadow on the actual vine. To create some shadows underneath the vines, which really help them look more three-dimensional, I'm using gray and black eyeshadow. Some of the vines I'm actually making lifted up from my skin, while others are more pressed against my skin where it would be tighter around my neck. To create the thorns, I just went ahead and used olive green body paint. Please feel free to sing the song Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Although the suggested theme is dead flowers, I do want to incorporate living flowers, that way the dead flowers translate a little better. The way I paint roses is kind of like a blob. I first lay down the red, then go in and do some more highlighting details with pink, and then go in with a darker color. Sometimes painting blobs is just the easiest way for me to go about painting things and then refine it from there. As for the dead flowers, I'm very familiar with what dead flowers look like, because whenever I get any kind of living plant, it never seems to live, so. For the dead flowers, I very simply just added some dark red body paint, a little bit of brown, and a little bit of black. I also added some brown within the vines to make them look somewhat a little more dead. Since my circulation's being cut off just a smidge by these vines, I went ahead and added some alcohol-based body paint using the colors very light gray and a little bit of red to create somewhat of bruising and somewhat of deadness. Now, I actually did discuss this with my stream, and when I was saying about the sash that you wear, all of a sudden I was like, guys, what if we do a slash? You should have seen how excited I was when I thought of slash. To create my slash, I'm first applying some Prozade, letting that dry, and then applying some makeup wax over that to create the cut. Now, I'm not applying that from my shoulder all the way down because I'm trying to avoid the more movable parts of my body, since that will start to lift the wax over time. When working with wax, also make sure you have a good amount of Vaseline on your hands, that way it doesn't stick to your hands. You can then use the back of your spatula to create your little skin flaps. That sounds disgusting, but that's what it is. And use the best wax sealer ever from Graftobian. Now I initially went through and I added some blood underneath the skin because I wanted to create that sort of effect, but then I also decided that it might look kind of cool if I put some muscles in there, as if that whole entire thing was ripped away. Not sure why I thought our muscles were bubblegum pink. Got rid of that, added some foundation over it. I then decided it'd be a better idea to use some lip pencils to draw in the muscles, since they're more closer to a natural, not skin tone, but you know what I mean. Closer to natural human anatomy as opposed to bubblegum pink. Which, to be honest with you, I went in and scattered a good amount of blood anyways, so this whole muscle section is totally up to you. But one thing I knew for sure is I wanted Prom Queen to be cut into me, and while I'm doing this for you guys in the mirror, if you're doing it on yourself, make sure you write it backwards. I first applied it with blood red and then went in with a little bit of black. Just to give it a little bit of pop, I also went in with some tan body paint and just created a little outline on one side. And of course, with every rose having its thorn, also creates a little bit of stabby, which means some blood.